Okay, folks, so we're going to start off just seated today. Find your most comfy seat, and for everyone, that's a little different. So anything that allows you to relax your legs and sit up tall without straining is perfect. If you tend to feel a little bit uncomfortable when you're seated cross-legged and you feel like you have to lean back or it's just not easeful, try this. Try just taking a towel or a blanket or a pillow or a block, even a rolled up sweater, and just sticking it underneath your hips so that you can kind of sit down on it so that your hips are a little bit higher than your legs. It should give you a little bit more ease and hopefully make it more comfortable. So find that comfy seat. I like this. So if you want a suggestion, I like tucking one foot in really close to my hips so that the knee points straight out to the side and the foot, the sole of the foot kind of flips up. And then I tuck the other one in just the same, just like that. Okay. So once you're nice and comfy, close your eyes and just settle in. Find your breath. And just notice how you feel. Notice how you feel coming in to your yoga practice today. Notice the natural pace of your breath. And then start to deepen that breath. We're starting to lengthen it, kind of drag it out. Make it completely filling your lungs on the inhale. And then use your strong belly muscles to empty your lungs on the exhale. So pull the belly button in towards your spine. Keep your big breath going, just like this. And then draw your awareness just to your alignment here. Just think about your spine. See if you could get a mental image of your spinal column. Allow there to be equal weight on both sides of your hips. So each hip is pressing evenly into the ground. And in between your two hips, we've got the tailbone pointed straight down at the earth. Okay, maybe a slight pull back in your belly button, a little bit of engagement in your belly muscles can help you sit up even taller, and then get a sense that your lower back is rising up out of your pelvis. So want to feel that you're actually lifting up actively out of that low back. Feel the breath moving in the sides and the back of your body too, not just the front. Okay, see if you could position your rib cage perfectly over your hips, maybe putting a little bit of a knitting together feeling, a little bit of engagement in your lowest ribs. Notice how that feels. And with your big chest in front, see if you could slide the shoulder blades a little bit closer together and a little bit further down your back. And feel your chest nice and tall, the neck rising up out of your chest, and put a little bit of a tuck in your chin here. So you feel the back of your neck get maybe a centimeter longer. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyes. And see if you could just follow the path of the breath through your nose, down your throat, into your lungs, puffs open your belly. And then as you exhale, the belly contracts, the diaphragm presses up, the lungs empty, the breath comes out a little bit warmer through your nose. And see if you could keep this big breath as we begin to move. Keep this awareness on your spinal column and the alignment. We'll just bring in a little bit of gentle movement here. So keeping your spine as long as you can, okay? Keeping that little tuck in your chin. We're just gonna stir your spine around. So you'll lean over to one side and lean forward, over to the other side and then back. So think of your spine as a big spoon, and you just wanna stir it around. And this can be nice and slow, and keep your breath moving. Okay, notice how this feels in your hips. And do your best to keep your hips grounded while you do this. And let's rewind that movement. Take it back around. And the next time you come back up through center, pause here. Go ahead and get your arms up overhead. Big breath in. As you lift your arms, okay, make sure your shoulders stay down so you're not mooshing your shoulders up by your ears. So you have a long neck. Exhale here, touch the floor. Again, big breath in, arms up, shoulders down. Exhale, touch the floor. Again, big breath in. And big exhale. Nice. Inhale here, get your arms up. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms to the ceiling. And hold right here. As you interlace your fingers and push the hands high, try moving your elbows a little bit apart so you're making a big round shape around your head. And remember to draw the shoulder blades down. Nice breath into your chest and armpits. And then let's lean this shape out to one side. So think of pressing your hands to one side. Big breath in the side body here. Feel the breath in your belly and your chest. And let's bring it through center. Lean and push the hands out to the other side. Think of moving your hands back a little bit, opening up that chest, the fronts of the shoulders. Maybe one more big breath right here. And then come back through center and let that go. Okay, resting your hands on your legs, take some big shoulder rolls here. So now, intentionally squinch your shoulder blades up by your ears and then roll them down your back. And a few more times like that. Squinch them up, roll them down and back. Keep your breath moving. I want you to start to feel really big warmth gathering all over your shoulders, front and back. Let's rewind that movement. Take it back around the other way. All right, next time your shoulders come down, just pause there. Notice how you can keep them a little lower maybe now. Take your arms out to the side. Okay, and make blades out of your hands. So really pointing out through your fingertips. Okay, think of plugging your shoulders into the joint and activating all the tissues on your hand. Okay, could you keep your arms active? Could you keep your hands as close to being like blades as possible? And start to circle your fingertips. So you're drawing a circle with your fingertips and nothing else on your arm is going to move. So this movement comes from your shoulder. Okay, so the wrists don't move, the elbows don't move. They're just along for the ride. Let's make these circles really symmetrical and start to grow them with each round. So we're really waking up your upper body first today. Okay, if your arms get tired, you can rest them, but they're gonna get a little warm. So go ahead and dive into that feeling. Let's make the circles bigger. Okay, keep the center of your circle as your shoulder. So we want to make these circles symmetrical, and that means we need to pull the arms back a little bit when the circle comes back behind your spine. And notice you have to work a little bit harder when the hands move back, and that is okay. Okay, sometimes it's okay. We have to put a little extra effort. So let's make these circles really big now. I want to scrape the floor, bring the hands all the way back, and maybe even bump your thumbs up top. So think of using 100% of your shoulders range of motion. Okay, let's rewind it. This time, instead of making blade hands, push through your palms like you're trying to push something away from you, but keep them big. Keep the arms working, the shoulders working to move back. Okay, now we'll start to make these a little smaller with each round. We're bringing it back in, but we're not in a rush. We want to make sure we get the shoulders nice and warm. Smaller, smaller circles, smaller, smaller. And now they're pretty small, so go ahead and let that go. Notice how your shoulders feel. We should have some really good warmth around all of the little muscles that make your shoulder move, okay? So from here, lean over to one side. You can kick your feet out, and we'll switch it over to hands and knees from here. So come on to hands and knees. Okay, let's get some cat-cows going. Get the spine a little bit more mobile. So wrap the belly button up and in towards your spine so your low back is safe and neutral. Grab the mat pretty hard with your hands, so tiger claw. Pull the elbows in, and we're gonna roll the heart forward with your inhale, thinking of pulling your sternum between your arms. Looking forward. With your exhale, push the floor away. Hang your head. Inhale to roll it forward. And exhale, push it away. So notice what's happening in your spine and your rib cage, your belly and your back. And then let's make it a little bit side to side as well. So give a little bit of side movement, roll into the sides of your ribs. Make it a little bit weird. You want to feel like you're opening up all the spaces that are stuck in your rib cage. Okay, next time you come back through a flat back, we're going to meet there. Okay, so from your flat back, let's get the right leg out behind. Let's tuck the right toes. Go ahead and drop them to the floor and push back through the right heel. It's a nice little, just a bonus calf stretch here. So notice as you push back through that right heel that you can maybe start to feel a little light on that left knee. Okay, just play around with that feeling. So we're gonna go ahead and get your core warmed up here. Press back through the right heel, lift the left knee up off the floor and tuck it into your chest. And we're holding right here as we breathe. If you need to drop the knee, of course you can, but I'm challenging you to tuck it in a little higher if you can. Okay, as you breathe, you feeling your core get warm, and that's okay. See if you can lengthen your heart a little bit further forward. See if you could pull the elbows in toward each other slightly. One more big breath in right here with that left knee lifted up off the floor. And one more big exhale. Nice. With your inhale, go ahead and send that left leg all the way up and out behind you. See if you could stick that toe high in the air. Exhale here, draw the left knee forward again to hover. Inhale, send the left leg back. Exhale, send the left knee forward. One more time, big breath in, send it back. One last time, send the left knee forward. Now this time, could you skim that left foot forward and drop it close to your hands? Okay, coming up to a lunge on your inhale. Big breath in as you lift your hands up. Think of pressing your strong legs into the floor and lifting that heart nice and high. Right, exhale here, drop your heart towards your left knee, reach back. Think of dropping your head, maybe look behind you. Inhale again, sweep your arms up. Strong legs press down, big heart moves up. Exhale, heart down, look back. Let's do it one more time. Big breath in, all the way up. Big exhale, drop that heart down. Nice, from here, drop your palms underneath your shoulders around that left foot. And we'll step it back to a downward facing dog. Okay, walk it out here a little bit. Walk out those heels. And then walk your hands back to your feet. You're bending your knees a lot here, really generously, just so you can hang and swing. Maybe moving your knees. Okay, really letting yourself hang here. Let's roll it up on the inhale. So press into your heels. Inhale, stack your spine nice and high. Lift your heart. Then exhale, roll it all the way back down. Let's do it again. Inhale, roll it up. Lift your heart. Exhale, hinge at your hips, roll it down. One more, bring it up. And roll it down. Nice, palms are down here. Inhale here, walk it forward to hands and knees. And we're back on hands and knees. Okay, just like we did on the other side, let's get the left leg out behind. Flex that left foot and drop the left toes to the floor. And then you can kind of play around with pushing back through the left heel. It's a nice stretch for your calf. Okay, and then notice you can lift that right knee up off the floor. Hold and breathe. So strong belly, strong abs. And then notice if you, like me, tend to round your spine here, think of moving your heart forward, taking some of the round out of your upper back. If your elbows are pointing away from each other, pull them in toward each other. It's going to make it more challenging, but that's okay. Nice breath. Stick with it. Maybe one more full breath in and one more full breath out. Nice. Inhale, send that right leg up and out behind you. Exhale, right knee sends forward, tuck it back in. Again, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee forward. One more time, send it back. And send it forward. Now see if you could skim that right foot forward to the floor and drop it by your hands. Okay, coming up to a crescent lunge on your inhale. All the hands up. Think of lifting your heart as you push into your legs. Exhale here, heart down, reach back. Again, big breath in, bring it up. Big exhale, bring it down. One more, bring it up. Last one, bring it down. Nice. Hands down around that front foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Let's walk it out a little bit here. Shake your head. Notice how this down dog is feeling. And then as you're ready, again, walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees a lot. And just hang. You can swing. I like to walk out one knee, bending more than the other at a time. And remember, if your heart is way up by your hips and it's uncomfortable, just bend your knees more, okay? Let your spine hang generously. We're gonna roll it up again. So here we go, push into your heels. Come on up, big breath in, lift that heart. And exhale, hinge at your hips to roll it down. Again, big breath in, roll it up. Exhale, bring it down. One more time, bring it up. And bring it down. Palms are down. Inhale here, walk it forward to a plank, and we'll hold in plank here for a breath or two. So I just want to remind you that you can always put your knees down. That's always perfectly fine. It's still a plank as long as your shoulders are over your wrists and you're pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Okay. So we want a strong belly. Heart moves forward just a little so we have a long spine. And from here, if you just drop your heels over to the left, you'll be perfectly set up for a side plank. You can get light on the right fingers and reach up with the right hand. If this is too much, you can drop the bottom knee, okay? Always perfectly fine to drop that bottom knee. But hang here with me, breathe, push the floor down, and then push it a little more. And if you want a little extra spice, you can lift that top leg and think of pointing your tailbone at your toes for 3, 2, and 1. One more. Soft right hand back to the floor. Soft toes back to the floor. So you're back to your plank. Okay. We're going to switch sides. So if you drop your heels to the right now, you can lift that left hand, find a left side facing plank, hold and breathe. Remember, you can drop the bottom knee, okay? So push that floor down, soft bend in your bottom elbow, maybe lift the top leg and point your tailbone at your toes. Make a big chest here, 3, 2, and 1. Softly come down with the left hand, all toes back on the floor. One more big breath in here in your plank, and then could you slowly lower yourself down as you exhale? Pull the elbows in towards your spine. Grip the mat with your strong hands here. Inhale and pull your heart forward. Find a cobra. Exhale here, tuck your toes, press it up and back to downward facing dog. All right, take some breath here. Okay, downward facing dog. We want to press into the hands and push back on the feet. Okay, a little inward squeeze between your elbows, so that your shoulder blades really slide down your back and you feel your neck is super long and super soft. And then if you notice that your heels are way up off the ground, that's not a problem, no big deal. You can even bend your knees here too if that helps ease up the posture for you. However, do your best to move the heels downward so that it feels nice, no pain. And maybe try lifting your kneecaps and seeing if that helps to release the heels downward. When we engage the quadriceps on the front of the thigh by lifting those kneecaps, it allows the hamstrings to let go. Okay, so I've had you here for a while. Let's keep moving. Inhale here, right leg up and out behind you. Exhale here, put that right foot down between your hands. Inhale here, come on up to your crescent lunge, just like we did before. Okay, exhale here, shift your heart forward. So you're shifting your weight more onto that right foot, okay? Inhale and launch that left leg up into the air. So you're standing on your right leg, okay? And we're gonna get a little balancey today. So that right leg is gonna work to keep you balanced. If you feel like you need a break, you can always put that left toe down on the floor, okay? Always available. So that left knee is up. Let's put a little bend in the right knee, okay? And I'm gonna challenge you to take your left knee behind your right knee and tuck your left kneecap into the space behind your right knee. Notice how this feels. okay? If your arms get tired, you can always rest them on your hips. You can rest your hands on your hips. Now from here, how about this? What if you slide the left kneecap all the way down the back of your right leg? Could you go as low as your ankle? And then slide it all the way back up. Let's do it again. Slide it down to the ankle. And slide it back up. Let's do it one more time, okay? Slide it down. Keep breathing. And slide it back up. Nice. Let's get that left knee back up in front. If you interlace your fingers here, you can squeeze that knee towards your heart with your hands. Squeeze it in. Think of pointing your tailbone at the floor here. Nice breath. Okay, think of moving your heart toward the knee and the knee towards your heart. And we'll take one more big breath here. And then release that left knee, arms up overhead. We're gonna come back the way we came in. So shift your heart forward, arms up. We're gonna send that left toe to the ground behind you. You're back in a lunge. Inhale here, peel open your front body, lifting your heart. And exhale here, all the hands down around that right foot. Inhale here, right foot up in the air behind you, three-legged dog. And exhale, drop the right foot, downward facing dog. Okay, let's take a little vinyasa just to clear the palate. Inhale here, find a plank. And exhale, you can hop to your hands, you can step to your hands, but fold here, nice and deep fold. Feel free to bend your knees. Inhale to roll it all the way up. Exhale, sit down into a chair squat. So drop your tailbone as you lift your heart. Inhale back up to stand and exhale to fold it. Halfway up on your inhale, looking forward. And on your exhale, a really big fold. Think of hugging your legs and letting your head hang. Palms are down. On your inhale, hop it or step it back to plank. And on your exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Grip the mat, a cobra on your inhale. Pull your heart up and forward. Tailbone points at the center of the earth. And exhale to a downward facing dog. I'll meet you there. So we'll take 5 or 6 long, slow breaths here in downward facing dog. Maybe close your eyes.
You have to stop worrying about whether or not.
See if you could engage your quadriceps and lift the kneecaps here. See if that helps your heels drop a little lower. Pressing into your hands. Think about this. Think about the center of your palm lifting up, kind of like a suction cup kind of feeling in your hands. And think about your arches lifting up in the same way, like the center of each leg and the center of each arm was suctioning upward a little bit. All right, ready to do the other side? Here we go. Inhaling here, the left leg up and out behind you. Exhaling here, send that left knee forward, drop the foot between your hands. So we're coming back to a crescent lunge. Inhaling here, all hands up, strong legs pressed down as you lift your heart. And exhale here, shift your weight forward over that left knee, okay? Inhale and launch that right leg up into the air in front. So you can use the wall when you're balancing too. The wall is a nice friend, so feel free to use your environment, and you can always put the right toe down, okay? We're gonna bend into that left knee a little bit, get the legs really warm. Right knee tucks into the little space behind the left. And keep breathing. We're gonna slide the right knee down to the left ankle, and then slide it back up. Okay, let's do it 2 more times. Nice and slow. Slide it down. And slide it up. 1 more time. Slide it down. Slide it up. Nice. Bring that right knee back up in front. Interlace your fingers here and pull the knee into your chest. Squeeze it into your heart. Think of pointing your tailbone straight down. Sit up and stand up as tall as you can and push down into that left leg. So feel the leg getting warm. That's okay. So as you're ready, we're going to slowly come back the way we came in. Release that right leg. Reach forward, hinging at your hips. We're going to lean forward and drop the right toe to the floor, back in your lunge, okay? Inhaling here, lift that heart, big chest. And exhale, all the hands down around the left foot. Three-leg dog on your inhale. Send that left leg up and out behind you. And exhale, find a downward facing dog. Okay, here comes another little vinyasa in between. I think of it as a palate cleanser. So you're always free to skip the vinyasa and take a break if that's more what you're needing for your practice today. Inhale and bring that heart forward to plank. Exhale to your hands, big fold. Roll it up on your inhale. Lift your heart. Bring it down into a chair squat on your exhale. Think of looking at your hands as you drop your tailbone. Inhale up to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up for your inhale. Big, big fold for your exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. And exhale all the way down. Okay, I want to stay down for a little while. So inhale, find a cobra. Think of gripping really strong, really strong. Pull your heart up, not push, but pull. And let's do a few more cobras like this. So exhale, release your heart back down. And inhale, pull your heart back up. Okay, now just find a rhythm. I just want to keep going like this for a few more breaths. So find your cobra rhythm. Okay, and cobras can be different on the day. So maybe today your cobra is really gentle. You keep your belly on the floor and you just roll your upper back up and down. Okay, maybe your cobra is really dynamic and dramatic and you're pointing your tailbone down to really pull your heart up. It's all good. No matter what, however, your elbows are squeezing in and you're never pushing on the floor. You're always feeling like you're pulling your heart up. All right, cobras. Maybe one more really nice cobra in the expression of your choice. And when you come down, pause. Okay, find a sustainable cobra. And by sustainable cobra, I mean a cobra that you can hold without your hands. So maybe just lift your heart up off the floor, shoulder blades down the back, elbows in, and then float your palms underneath your shoulder. So they're off the floor now. And you can always back it up and bring them down, okay? But let's get the glutes really rocking. So wake up those glutes. Go ahead and point your tailbone straight down. So it's going to feel a little strange maybe to point that tailbone at the floor. Notice how you might feel your belly button trying to lift up off the floor as you point your tailbone down. And that's kind of what we're going for. So the belly button may not come all the way up, but it's feeling like it might. So keep that and breathe. So we're really lighting up the whole back of your body here, and we're going to keep going. So if you want to hang where you are, take a break, back it up, you can do that. Okay, keep going only if it feels fun and feels right. So keep that tailbone pointed down, glutes are on. What if you start to hover your legs too? Continue to be long, long, long. The back is strong. The glutes are driving a lot of this. So try this. Try reaching back with your hands if everything's going okay. You can interlace your fingers and move your hands back a little further. Notice any space opening up in the front of your chest. And keep that tailbone pointing down. So if this is all good, if everything feels nice here, you can bend one knee. So we can start with right, bend that right knee. Maybe reach your right hand for your right foot. If you got the foot, you can grab the ankle. And then maybe the other side is good too. Maybe you do the left knee and grab that left foot. So keep that strong glute, keep the tailbone pointed down. And then you can start to experiment with moving your feet back, away from your hips, and then back towards your hips. Okay, try it a few times. Feet move away, and feet move in. Keep breathing here. You can always back it up to one foot, to just grabbing one, okay? So if all is going well here, go ahead and push back on your feet and hold right there. You can start to actually move your feet toward the ceiling here too. And if everything's going great and your feet come up above your head, you can flip your grip and take your palm to the inside of your ankle and keep lifting those toes nice and high. So wherever you are is great. Okay, there's so many places we could go with this. Maybe one more big breath here as you strengthen your back body and open the front body. And then come out slowly, okay? Wherever you were, come out slowly. Just rest your forehead on the floor. And take a moment to let that back bend glitter kind of soak in. Back bends can be exciting and exhilarating and energizing, okay? They can also be a little confronting. Sometimes you might feel a little nervous about all the sensations. So you can always back it out. All right, my friends. From here, bring your hands underneath your shoulders again. Tuck your toes and float yourself all the way up and back to a downward facing dog. I'll meet you there. So take your time walking out your heels here. Notice how it's feeling. Okay, notice the glutes we just worked on. Notice the backs of the shoulders. From here, up on your tippy toes, walk all the way to your hands. Bend the knees really deeply, drop those heels, and fold it. Shake your head out. Right after that big, juicy back bend, we want to counter it with a really nice fold. So from here, in your fold, take your feet a little bit wide. So maybe even as wide as your mat is. Okay. And the toes are turning inwards slightly. And you can bend your knees more or less. Okay, it's really up to you, but feel free to always bend them. It'll make it more gentle if you bend your knees. From here, take your right hand, okay? Grab your left ankle on the outside there, okay? Then reach your left hand through between your right arm and your left leg and grab your right ankle. So we're gonna twist here. If this, just grabbing your ankles is so much more than enough, you can always back it up, stay where you are, okay? Don't feel like you have to keep going. But do let your head hang, okay? Do let the neck be soft. Start to, with your right hand, pull a little bit on that left ankle so that you could maybe look between your right arm and your left arm. I like to think of putting my right bicep on my right ear, okay? So hang out here, breathe into that whole right side body. It helps to use the left hand to pull a little bit too. So when we're pulling, we want to be super gentle and compassionate with our bodies. We're never doing anything that hurts. And you should always be able to breathe, and you should always be having fun. Maybe a breath or two more here. Maybe you could lift that tailbone a little bit more and drop the head a little more. What a great twist, great side opener, great stretch for the backs of your legs too. And allow yourself to kind of roll back through center. Okay, look at your elbows. Your right elbow should be closer to you than your left. Your right elbow should be crossed over your left. Just take your right hand, let go of the left ankle, and then just switch the crossing. So reach your right hand between your left arm and right leg. Grab the left ankle again, but this time the left elbow is on top, okay? So we're just gonna do the other side. So let your head hang. Start to move your head over to the right. Think of opening your elbows wide and maybe put your left ear on your left bicep. Okay, you can use your strong arms to pull and help you out here, but make sure it's a good pull, there's no pain. And breathe. Feel your whole rib cage getting wrung out, the backs of your legs spread open. Soften your jaw. Maybe close your eyes. Maybe one more breath here in this inverted twist. Inverted twist fold, it's a little bit of everything. And then slowly come back to center. Bring your hands back to the floor. Okay, turn your heels more in here and your toes more out. Drop your hips down into a squat. So we got your legs really warm. So hopefully this is comfortable for you. I'll turn a little bit so that we can talk about your feet and your heels. So please adjust your feet and your heels so that it feels just right, okay? And then maybe you can put your palms together and tuck your elbows between your knees. And then you can use your elbows to kind of press your knees apart. Okay, once you've settled into your squat, I want you to really activate your legs. So it's really easy to get passive in your legs when you're squatting. I catch myself all the time, just kind of collapsing into it. Okay, do the opposite. Actively push down through your heel bones. So think of the bones of your leg, push down into them. And more likely than not, if you push down into those leg bones, you'll feel some great release in your hips and your legs. Okay, so as always, a little bit of activity gives us a great opportunity to release where it counts. So playing around with this shape, your elbows are between your knees and you can really press the knees apart. But what if you started to press the knees and the elbows into each other? Like you're trying to crush your elbows, but push the knees apart at the same time. Okay, notice how that feels in your inner thigh, your inner hip. And then maybe continue to play with that, or maybe play with this. What if you put your elbows as far apart as possible? So I like to think of the forearms being parallel with the ground, and then move your knees away from your elbows. Notice how that feels. Keep breathing here. Keep your long spine and your long neck. Notice how this feels in your low back too. Such a great release for your low back. All right, one more big breath in right here, yogis. And we're gonna let it go. So from here, you can actually probably just sit on the floor, lean back on your hands and kick out your legs. Let's give the legs a good shake out after that. Okay, next time your knees point up with a little bend in your knees and your feet on the floor, we're going to challenge ourselves to roll back really slowly, okay? So reach forward past your legs and then curl your tailbone to point at your toes. And then super slowly, so super challenged to be slow, roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Don't forget to breathe. All right, I try to take at least 3 breaths to roll all the way down and see if you can really make it last. When your head finally lands, drop your arms beside you, extend your legs, and find your resting posture. So we have made it to Shavasana. Take some time to release all effort here. So let go of controlling your breath. Just let it be your natural breath again. And notice if this natural breath is different from the natural breath you had about 45 minutes ago when we began this practice. And take some time to allow your body to release all effort as well. So if you could imagine, what would the natural tone of your body be if you weren't trying to do anything? Let the jaw release, your eyelids, everything let go. Notice all the sensations in your body, every little feeling. And watch your thoughts as well. Notice what your mind is doing. And notice without getting caught up. Just observe your thoughts. Allow your awareness to rest in this moment. Bring yourself back again and again to observing what is happening right now. So please keep resting just like this for as long as you can. 5 minutes would be your ideal minimum, and longer than that would be even better. Thanks so much for joining me, for taking good care of yourself.